Hey guys, we're going to be discussing Chapter 5, which is Developmental Psychology, and I'm discussing Segment 3, and we're going to start off by discussing what stranger anxiety is, which is the negative response that infants have towards an unfamiliar person, and this is also an evolutionary trait, or believed to be an evolutionary trait. This is kind of a milestone in emotional development in an infant. The definition of imprinting is behavior by which birds are predisposed to follow any moving object they see shortly after hatching, which is usually and hopefully their mother. So after they hatch from egg, the first thing they see is their mother, and then they're going to have this urge to follow them. And the next section we're going to go into discusses how scientists study love and attachment. The Harlow experiment was also a monkey experiment where baby monkeys were attached to a fake mother model and showed anxiety when the model wasn't around. Now, this model wasn't a real mother figure, it was just a model of a mother. It showed that monkeys without mothers grew up to be bad mothers themselves because they did not have that example of how to be a proper mother. It showed that monkeys without mothers were better off when interacting with other motherless monkeys. And Harlow believed that he was studying love and that young individuals have a critical need for love. Attachment is a strong emotional bond or tie between the infant and the caregiver. Strange attachment is a test of attachment as revealed by a child's reaction to a temporary separation from the caregiver. Secure attachment, on the other hand, is a style of attachment in which the child is visibly upset when the caregiver leaves, rejects a stranger, and welcomes reunion with the caregiver. Another form of attachment is avoidant attachment, which is when the child shows little or no distress when the caregiver leaves, shows little or no response upon reunion, and interacts very well with the stranger. Ambivalent attachment is also a kind of resistant attachment in which the child is upset when the caregiver leaves, may warm up to a stranger, and behave negatively when the caregiver returns. Disorganized attachment is a style of attachment in which the child shows an inconsistent pattern when it comes to respond to a strange situation. Children that grow up without warm and loving relationships are unable to develop mature, capable adults, or that is believed to be so. Now we're going to be moving on to adolescence, and we're going to be finishing with developing identity. Puberty is the landmark period when an individual becomes capable of reproducing. It's a process that happens. Adolescence is that process of transitioning from childhood to adulthood. Physical growth in the body is in the greatest of the first 2 years of life. And in adolescence, hormones are very important, and hormones are chemical released from the part of the body that enter the bloodstream and affect other parts of the body. And in contents of adolescent development, hormones such as estrogen and testosterone that drive sexual development. Secondary sex characteristics are physical characteristics that are typical of adults of one sex or another. And menarche are the time is which a girl has her first menstrual period. And that covers my section of Chapter 5.